Today we're going to show Ken Wisenhunt some love, and that's for getting Melvin Gordon involved. We're going to show two plays. This first one is him catching. The second one is him running. And just as you go along in the season, you want to see more and more just innovativeness, creativity, and I think we see that here and there. Are we seeing it enough? That's another question. But here we go. So the 49ers are disguising like they're in a blitz, double A gap. This is a pretty big Minnesota Vikings Zimmer look, but it's a pretty bad disguise because nobody is on gates. There are two high safeties, and they're just playing off coverage. So it's not a great design, and that tells Rivers that they're in zone. So here we go. We got Mike Williams in the slot to the top. We have Gordon right behind him. And these guys are going to quote-unquote play banjo coverage. So whoever goes inside has the safety has him. Whoever goes outside, the corner has him. And we'll just watch it first, and then I'll talk over it. So here's the play. As you can see, the corner's talking about it. Banjo. But here is why it makes the most sense. Here's why I like the play anyway. So it's going to be really tough when you're in zone coverage. So this is the linebacker, Reuben Foster. He has to relate all the way to number one in this defense, so cover three. So he has to get all the way out and find out where number one is. And by number one, I mean the number one receiver, which is Gordon here. So let's watch Reuben Foster here. It's right here. He has no idea where Gordon is. He's caught in no man's land, doesn't relate, and it is easy throw and catch. And the reason I like it, is because they're getting Gordon involved in the passing game, not just little swing routes and little screens and whatnot. They're actually letting him run routes. And I mean, there's Keenan, and then there's pretty much Mike Williams here and there from a consistent level, but there's nobody else. So I think that they should do a better job of using Gordon and Eckler in the passing game, and this is just a really good example of doing just that. Good enough protection. You see Feeney gets Buckner and rides him upfield there, but everybody else does their job. Gordon does his. Walk-in touchdown. Really nice design. One of the biggest misconceptions, to me anyways, in football and all levels of football is, in order to have a successful run play, you have to have a fullback. It's 2018. You don't need a fullback. You probably shouldn't have a fullback on the field, and you see that on every level, and this play is a really good reason why. So Derek Watt usually will, on this play here, he will whiff in space, and he's done that a handful of times already early in the season. So there's a split zone here, and it's going to be essentially its inside run, and the lead blocker is a receiver, and that's been the first time that they've busted this play out this year. And this play goes for 34 yards, and they do it again later on in this drive, and Gordon to the other side, and Gordon gets it. So let's just watch the play here unfold, and I'll talk about it afterwards. So you'll see Tyrell go across the formation. He's a lead blocker, gets just enough, does his job, and then obviously Gordon, great balance, great strength, breaks it for 34 yards. Why I think the play was successful, or why I think it can be successful, is because it's really simple. So you have Tyrell, and they're not blocking the corner. They're leaving the corner for Tyrell, and obviously he's going to have a much better chance in space against the corner than a fullback would. They are going to basically let the action of the defense take care of it themselves. So they're going to run into these blocks, and Keenan doesn't have to do much. Virgil Green doesn't have to do much. They all really just kind of step up and let the defense seal themselves. Even a team like the Chargers cannot mess this play up. So here we go again. You see Keenan to the top of the screen. He's just sealing him. Doesn't have to do anything. Green does the same thing. Really good job actually by Tevy here to get up to the linebacker. But huge hole, big time running lanes. And then Gordon does the rest. So if you just start it over here. Watch Tevy, who's in at left tackle because Okung was hurt. Gets to the second level and seals the linebacker. That's really who makes this play here. But really good job there. So now we can go to the other play, which was the same thing. It was just the other way. And it actually wasn't the same drive, I believe it was. So the very first play on the next drive, they like it so much, they went back to the well and just did it the other way. And I think it was Keenan this time. Yeah, here we go. So this time, this is always blurry. I don't know why it's like this, but we're going to see the same look, just the other way. And instead of Keenan right here, Keenan is right here. Keenan cuts. Gordon does the rest. Watch it again. This play works. This play works, and they don't even block it right. That's how good of a chance that they have. So he is supposed to block him. He doesn't even block the right guy. But just because of the flow, all these guys get caught up in the flow. Tyrell does his job and actually takes on 2 people. Keenan cuts the corner, gets enough of them. See if we can get the end. I know there's an end zone angle. See what that looks like. See if we can kind of see a better angle from blocking from the offensive line standpoint. Here we go. So I believe his name's Scott. I forgot what his first name is. Scott is supposed to block the linebacker right here, but he gets caught up in the wash, so he actually doesn't have to worry about it. He ends up blocking this linebacker, who Feeney can't reach because he's late, of course. Anyways, gets a hat on a hat, hat on a hat. More good running by Gordon. Long play. So 2 new run plays, 2 new wrinkles. One went for 34, one went for 15. A new pass design to Gordon went for a touchdown. So slowly but surely we're seeing more tricks come out of the bag, more new plays, and that's nice to see. So hopefully just more and more as they keep going feature Gordon and Eckler in these new roles, in these new plays, and the offense should continue to have success like they have.